Did you know the 2011 draft was one of the best drafts in NFL history? 12 of the first 16 players were selected to a Pro Bowl. There's some future Hall of Famers drafted here for sure, from Cam Newton being selected number 1 overall to Derek Sherrod at 32. This is what actually happened to the players drafted in the first round of the 2011 draft.
With the first pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn.
Heading into the 2011 draft, some analysts were claiming Cam Newton was a risky pick. Meanwhile, Blaine Gabbert was the safer pick, which is why he should be the number 1 overall pick. Ultimately though, Newton's incredible ceiling and carrying the entire University of Auburn on his back for a national championship is why he went number 1 overall. His insane athleticism with his strong arm wasn't something Carolina was going to pass up on, but Cam was heading onto a team that had won 2 games the year prior. Cam wasted no time showing the NFL world his talent, throwing over 400 yards in his debut game. He did it again in Week 2 against the Green Bay Packers. As a rookie, he made the Pro Bowl and had 4,000 passing yards, 21 passing touchdowns, and you could add 706 rushing yards with 14 touchdowns on the ground to that total. Fast forward to 2015, Cam had his best season yet, where he led the Carolina Panthers to a 15-1 record. He won the MVP and got all the way to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, we all know what happened in the Super Bowl, where he underperformed versus a tough Broncos defense. There is still controversy to this day about him not jumping on the fumble. Injuries piled on for Cam after the 2015 season, which eventually led him being released by the team that drafted him in 2019. He signed with the Patriots, where he had a couple cool moments like his incredible Week 2 game versus the Seattle Seahawks on primetime television. But overall, he didn't have a good year and wasn't re-signed by New England. He came back to Carolina, where he infamously yelled, "I'm back." Today, Cam talks sports on ESPN and his own personal podcast.
2011 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Von Miller.
Next person selected was Von Miller, who ironically was the reason Cam Newton never got his ring. Von Miller came in the league as a rookie and had an immediate impact with 11.5 sacks as a rookie. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year and made the Pro Bowl. In his second season, he recorded an insane 18.5 sacks at just 23 years old. Fast forward to 2015, he was a huge part of their Super Bowl run. He forced 2 fumbles and had 2.5 sacks in that game, winning him the Super Bowl MVP. Miller also won another Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams in 2021, where he recorded 2 sacks in the big game. In total, he has 129.5 sacks in his career and will be a Hall of Famer. Today, the 35-year-old got released by the Bills.
Third pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Marcell Dareus.
Marcell Dareus was drafted by the Buffalo Bills. He was a big interior defensive lineman. He started his career off pretty solid, racking in 11 sacks and 20 quarterback hits in his first 2 seasons. Marcell truly broke out in 2014 when he put up 10 sacks and made an All-Pro team. He then proceeded to sign a 6-year, $100 million contract after this. He was later arrested on drug charges and his career went downhill after this. 3 years later, he was traded to the Jaguars for draft picks. He hasn't been in the NFL since 2019.
With the 4th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select A.J. Green.
A.J. Green had a rare combination of size and strength. For a long time in the NFL, A.J. was dominant, opening up his career with 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. His best season ever was in 2013, where he posted 98 receptions for 1,426 yards with 11 touchdowns. He also opened his career with 7 straight Pro Bowls. Once he turned 29, injuries started piling up for him. He missed 8 games in 2018 and the entire 2019 season. He then spent a couple of seasons in Arizona before retiring on a day 1 contract with the Cincinnati Bengals. A.J. Green is a Cincinnati legend forever and has a good case for the Hall of Fame.
The 5th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Patrick Peterson, defensive back, LSU.
Patrick Peterson came into the NFL as an elite prospect. He lived up to that title and more. As a rookie, he was even an electric return man with 4 punt return touchdowns. Peterson started his career with 8 straight Pro Bowls, insulting 3 All-Pro selections. He last played for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2023.
With the 6th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Julio Jones, wide receiver, Alabama.
Julio Jones, where do we even start? Another future Hall of Famer was selected in this draft. We all know Julio Jones is one of the best wide receivers of all time, with his unique size and athleticism. In 2015, he had one of the best seasons of all time, with 136 receptions for 1,871 yards with 8 touchdowns. Later in his career, once injuries and age got the best of him, he played for the Titans, Bucks, and Eagles. Overall, he's a 7-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro, who will no doubt be a Hall of Famer.
With the 7th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, The San Francisco 49ers select Aldon Smith, defensive end, Missouri.
Aldon Smith was selected by the San Francisco 49ers and started off his career like a future Hall of Famer. He was the fastest player to 30 sacks, with 14 sacks as a rookie and 19.5 in his second season. He had 8.5 sacks in 2013, where the Niners made the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he was arrested multiple times, which ruined his career. After a season with Oakland, he was suspended for 4 long years. He returned with the Cowboys in 2020, where he was arrested again.
With the 8th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Jake Locker, quarterback, Washington.
Jake Locker being selected this early was a huge surprise, as Blaine Gabbert was expected to be the next quarterback taken. In the 2010 class, he was projected to be the top quarterback taken, but he decided to stay for his senior season, which tanked his draft stock after a disappointing season. He spent 4 seasons in the NFL with a lousy performance. He then retired in 2014, stating he lost the passion to play football.
With the 9th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyron Smith, offensive tackle, USC.
Tyron Smith declared for the NFL at just 20 years old, which was shocking. Well, this didn't matter. Smith has become a very great player in the NFL. He's been to 8 Pro Bowls and a 2-time All-Pro selection. Smith most recently played for the Jets and is currently a free agent.
With the 10th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Blaine Gabbert, quarterback, Missouri.
Ah, yes. Blaine Gabbert, the safe pick of the draft, was headed to Jacksonville. We quickly found out his barely over 50% completion percentage doesn't seem like a safe pick. On the bright side, he won 2 Super Bowls as a backup with the Bucs and Chiefs, backing up arguably the best 2 quarterbacks ever.
With the 11th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select J.J. Watt, defensive end, Wisconsin.
J.J. Watt wasn't exactly your typical high-touted prospect out of high school. He was just a 2-star recruit after starting his college career as a tight end at Central Michigan. He transferred to Wisconsin, where he finally took off as a defensive end. In the NFL, by his second season, J.J. was already among the best players in the world. He posted 20.5 sacks, 39 tackles for loss, and 43 quarterback hits. At just 23 years old, he won Defensive Player of the Year, which made him the second youngest ever to win the award at the time. J.J. went on to win 2 more Defensive Player of the Year awards, cementing him as all-time great. He last played in the NFL in 2022 with the Cardinals, where he was actually pretty productive still at 33 years old. Today, he even hinted at coming back to play for the Bengals after he did a challenge with a soccer player.
With the 12th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Christian Ponder, quarterback, Florida State.
Christian Ponder wasn't supposed to go this early, but a desperate team in the Minnesota Vikings reached on him. He had some athleticism to his game, and the NFC North had some tough quarterbacks in it: Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, and Jay Cutler. Minnesota felt they needed an upgrade at QB to compete. The one season he actually led them to a winning record, he was carried by Adrian Peterson's MVP season. Unfortunately, he couldn't play in the playoffs due to injury. He bounced around as a backup till 2016.
With the 13th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Nick Fairley, defensive tackle, Auburn.
Nick Fairley wasn't a terrible NFL player by any means. He played relatively well, but injuries slowed him down for sure in his career. After playing for the Lions for the first 4 seasons, he went to the Rams for a year. Then he finally found his home in New Orleans, where he got a 4-year, $300 million extension. But after a heart condition, he was placed on the reserve non-football illness list, ending his 2017 season. A year later, he was cut by the Saints. With the 14th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the St. Louis Rams select Robert Quinn, defensive end, North Carolina. Robert Quinn sat out his entire junior season, but this didn't matter. He was too good of a prospect to pass up on. By his 3rd season, he was already among one of the top defensive ends in the league. He put up 19 sacks in 2013. After a solid 2014 campaign, injuries started to slow down Quinn. He was traded to the Miami Dolphins for a 4th-round pick. He then bounced to Dallas and then signed a 5-year, $7 million contract with the Bears. He finished that 2021 season with 18.5 sacks, his best season since his 2013 campaign. However, since then, he hasn't really made an impact in the NFL. He hasn't played since the 2022 season. With the 15th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Mike Pouncey, center, Florida. Center Mike Pouncey was selected by the Miami Dolphins. Coming into the draft, he was by far the best interior offensive lineman in the class. His brother Marquise was drafted a year before him as the top center in the class too. Overall, he had a really good career, making 4 Pro Bowls. Him and his brother retired on the same day in 2021. With the 16th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft,
The Washington Redskins select Ryan Kerrigan, linebacker, Purdue.
Looking back at it, Ryan Kerrigan had one of the most underrated careers in the NFL, a four-time Pro Bowler with nearly 100 sacks in his career. Being with Washington his whole career, outside of one season where he passed his prime with the Eagles, could have held him back. Today, Ryan is the assistant linebackers coach in Washington.
With the 17th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Nate Solder, offensive tackle, Colorado.
Nate Solder had a rare combination of height, strength, and athleticism at the tackle position. I mean, he is 6 foot 9 inches tall, which is just ridiculous. After 7 seasons with the Patriots, he signed a massive 4-year deal worth $62 million. He was a disappointment for the Giants and opted out of the 2020 season. He later retired after that season.
With the 18th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Corey Liuget, defensive end, Illinois.
Corey Liuget had a pretty good career with the Chargers. He was a pretty good defensive tackle for 6 to 7 seasons in the NFL. He got awarded a big payday for it as well. He never made any Pro Bowls or had any accolades. Still a solid player for sure. In 2022, he signed a 1-day contract to retire as a Charger.
With the 19th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Prince Amukamara, defensive back, Nebraska.
Quarterback Prince Amukamara was selected to the New York Giants. He had good height, strength, and decent enough speed to be selected in the first round. As a rookie, he won a Super Bowl with the Giants where they took down the Patriots. After spending 5 seasons in the Big Apple, he bounced around contract to retire a Giant in 2023.
With the 20th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Adrian Claiborne, defensive end, Iowa.
Adrian Claiborne was drafted by the Buccaneers after a relatively successful rookie season, finishing with 7.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, and 16 quarterback hits. But after an injury in 2012, which caused him to miss most of the entire season, he wasn't ever the same player for the Bucs again. In 2014, he suffered yet another season-ending injury. He ended up signing with the division rival Falcons. In 2017, he had his best season yet with 9.5 sacks. He ended up winning a Super Bowl with New England. Overall, considering all the injuries, Claiborne had a solid career.
With the 21st pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Phil Taylor, defensive tackle, Baylor.
Phil Taylor had the shortest career of anyone drafted yet. He has 4 seasons of actually being on a roster, then later spent seasons making preseason rosters.
With the 22nd pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Costanzo, offensive tackle, Boston College.
Anthony Costanzo ended up having a very long career in the NFL as a tackle, a 10-year career of solid play. However, he never made a Pro Bowl. Anthony had some good career earnings and spent his entire career as a Colt.
With the 23rd pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Danny Watkins, guard, Baylor.
Danny Watkins' career came and went as he lasted 3 seasons in the NFL, 2 as an Eagle and 1 as a Dolphin. Today, he's apparently a firefighter doing good in the world.
In the 2011 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Cameron Jordan, defensive end, California.
Cameron Jordan pre-draft grades had him as a run stopper who will never become an impact pass rusher. The scouts got this wrong for sure. Today, he has 121.5 sacks in his career along with 8 Pro Bowls. He's still playing today and is heading into his age 36 season with the Saints.
With the 25th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select James Carpenter, tackle, Alabama.
James Carpenter was the 4th tackle taken in this draft. He was expected to go in the 3rd round, but his athleticism got him drafted in the late 1st round. Overall, he had a solid career, winning a Super Bowl with Seattle in 2013. James had a good 11-year career in the NFL.
With the 26th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Jonathan Baldwin, wide receiver, Pittsburgh.
Jonathan Baldwin was a 6 foot 4 inches tall wide receiver who at times could get behind the defense. He had great hands and you could high point him the ball. The issue with him is very bad route running, lacked support as a run blocker, and occasionally took plays off. His career started off with him fighting his own teammate in the locker room of a Week 2 preseason game. His career came and went after 2 seasons with the Chiefs. New head coach Andy Reid traded him. After another season with the 49ers, he was basically done. He tried coming back with the Lions, but failed to physically.
With the 27th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Jimmy Smith, defensive back, Colorado.
Jimmy Smith had the size and speed to be a good NFL corner. Coming in, he excelled in press coverage more than anything else. Lots of teams didn't want to take him due to some character concern. Despite never achieving any accolades in the NFL, Jimmy had a solid 10-year career, even winning a Super Bowl in 2012 with the Ravens. He finished his career with 74 pass deflections and 14 interceptions.
With the 28th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Mark Ingram, running back, Alabama.
Mark Ingram fell down the board to the New England Saints. It was a bit of a surprise when he fell, but his athleticism was something teams worried about. His career started off slow due to splitting time in the backfield. In 2014, he made his first Pro Bowl after having 1,109 scrimmage yards that season. 2017 was probably his best season, where he had 1,124 rushing yards with 12 touchdowns too. Outside of a couple seasons, Mark never got an opportunity to be a true workhorse back. He ended up playing with a couple different teams after the Saints. He ended up coming back to finish his career with them in 2022. Today, the three-time Pro Bowler is a broadcaster with Fox.
With the 29th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Gabe Carimi, offensive tackle, Wisconsin.
Despite Gabe Carimi being a huge offensive lineman with massive potential, his career in the NFL didn't last long. His career ended in 2014 with the Atlanta Falcons.
With the 30th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Muhammad Wilkerson, defensive tackle, Temple.
Muhammad Wilkerson was an incredible pass rusher at the defensive tackle position. Weighing in at over 300 pounds, he put up 10.5 sacks in 2013. This awarded him an All-Pro second-team selection. In 2015, he had a 12-sack season, making his first Pro Bowl. But after signing his massive contract extension in 2016, he never had the same production again. Over the next couple seasons, it was reported that he showed up late to lots of team meetings. He was eventually released by the team in 2018 and then signed with the Packers. He suffered a season-ending injury with them, and that'd be the last time he stepped on an NFL roster.
With the 31st pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Cameron Hayward, defensive end, Ohio State.
Cameron Hayward was described as a big, versatile defensive end that can play in a 4-3 or a 3-4 at the NFL level. This appeared to be very true, as Hayward is still going strong today at 35 years old. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler and even made an All-Pro team just this past season. After a down 2023, he dominated in 2024, saying he finally got that fire back in him. He plans on playing again at an elite level heading into his age 36 season.
With the 32nd pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers select Derek Sherrod, offensive tackle, Mississippi State.
Derek Sherrod was the last pick of the first round. He had good potential, but he unfortunately suffered a broken leg late into his rookie season. This caused him to also miss the entire 2012 season as well. This genuinely ruined his career, and he never got another chance in the NFL. Looking back at this draft class, we can see lots of talent in a couple of guys who didn't last very long. Overall, what do you guys think of this class? It's one of the better draft classes of the past 15 seasons. For more of the best football content on YouTube, subscribe and click on this video on the screen.